Okay, great. Cool. So, people, hi everyone, this is Maninder, and let's start your Module 1, Chapter 2 class. Okay, I guess a few of you were absent on the last session, so please go through the recording. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. So, in last session, what we learned really is introduction to, so we are starting with the introduction to robotic process automation. So we saw what is RPA, what is not an RPA, then we saw evolution of automation, then we saw application of RPA, right? So today's lecture will be a little bit short, like we're gonna start with RPA life cycle. We're gonna make sure that you understand what is RPA life cycle, how it work, from the process comes to development till it goes to the production and the maintenance mode. Okay. Okay. People, you can mute yourself if you're not talking. Okay. Then after RPA life cycle, we're gonna go for the benefits of RPA. Like, what are the benefits of RPA? Whenever you get a process, how you gonna decide whether you're gonna automate it or not. If by your automation, if that process is getting beneficial, then only you will automate. It's not necessary that if a process can be automated, it should be automated. Okay, always remember this thing, that there should be some benefit from that automation. Otherwise, you should not automate it. Okay, then we'll see the criteria for selecting a RPA tool. Like, okay, if you have different RPA tools in market, then how to select an RPA tool and how to go through it. Like saying that, okay, I'm going to go with this automation tool. Okay, so this will help you to choose that, okay, right RPA tool for you. And then at the end, we're going to see how the future looks like for RPA and how it going to change the structure of our industries. Okay, so let me take you to one tool. So what we saw in our last session, we saw what is RPA, robotics process automation, what is their definition, what is robotics stand for, what is process stand for, what is automation stand for. Then we saw what is not an RPA, right? Then we saw the evolution of automation from script to intelligent bots. Now, then we saw application of RPA. Like in each domain, we discussed that, okay, how it is involved in the processes, like finance domain by healthcare domain, HR domains, human resource domains, and accounting, customer care, and all of them. Okay. Now, today we're going to start with RPA lifecycle. Okay. So RPA lifecycle involve these stages like identification, discovery and analysis, then designing, development, testing, and production and maintenance. Okay. So let me make you understand with the help of a little bit of my pen and pencil, right? So how it starts, basically, how our automation journey starts. So first is called identification. Okay. This is the first stage where identification of the process will happen. Then, okay. So before understanding the life cycle, you should understand which people are involved in automation. When you are automating, who else are involved and what are the technical terms for it? Okay. So if they are asking you, if in an interview they are asking you that, okay, tell me about RP life cycle. So first thing, you will make them understand that who all are involved in a bot development. So in bot development, you will have first BA, we call it business analyst. The work is of BA is the bridge between client and development team, or client and SA. Okay. So you will take it later. Before BA, it comes SA. We call it solution architect. Before SA comes business. So business is a team or a company or a person who gives you project. So business will give you project. Okay. After business giving you a project, we will have solution architect. The work of solution architect is, you can say, this is the leader of all the developers. This solution architect, in a language you can understand, he's nothing but a leader of developers. Is the leader of developers. BA is nothing. BA is a bridge between it's a bridge between your business and service provider. Okay, so we need to understand there are three people who are very important over here. Then it's called business analyst, solution architect, and business. Okay, now let's understand this. So first stage is identification. What happens in identification is, in identification, either business comes to solution architect and BA, or you can say these two belongs to a service unit. Okay, service unit. Okay, they will come to, suppose you are a Deloitte. You are a company called Deloitte, which provides the services throughout the. Hi, Sonu. You want to say something? Okay, cool. So, if suppose we have a company called Deloitte who is providing services to the team, business team, or they are providing RPA service to a business team, and in the business team, we have, suppose we are taking it Mercedes-Benz. I don't know why. Sonu, if you want to say something, please go to some silent place and you can talk. Or maybe it's by default your mic is getting on. Okay, no worries. But see, so suppose you have a business who is Mercedes-Benz. The business goes to the business goes to the service unit or a Deloitte saying that, okay, you know what, I have a process which I want to automate. Or it is a possible that Deloitte will go to Mercedes and they say, you know what, I do automation. Can I automate your process? Can I automate your process? This is called identification. In identification stage, first thing is either business goes to the service unit or service unit goes to business unit and saying that, okay, I can automate, show me your processes. So show me your processes and finding out, this is where you will find out the processes which you can automate in business. In Mercedes companies, what are the processes which I can automate? This is the first step called identification. Second stage comes where you say, second stage comes, this is called, so first is identification, second is discovery. Okay. Second is called discovery and analysis. So in discovery and analysis, what happens? Now I know that which are the processes which I can automate. Suppose there are 10 processes which I can automate. Now what will happen? Deloitte will pick all the processes one by one and find out that, okay, if I want to automate this process, what are the requirements? Okay, which systems I need? Do I need Salesforce? Do I need SAP? What kind of RPA tool I will be using? Whether it is a web automation, whether it is a email automation, what kind of what is the human effort which they are doing, how much time I will be saving, how much cost I will be saving, then only they will go to the automation. So there is a discovery and analysis phase where BA and SA will combine together, sit together, go through each recording or KT, knowledge transfer of Mercedes-Benz, and find out that, okay, this is the process which Mercedes was saying that they want in priority. Can we automate this thing? If we automate this, will it give profit to business? So these kind of question go hand in hand. Okay, once I discovered that, okay, this is the process which I'm going to automate first, okay, and yes, this gonna give the profit to the business, I'll start creating PDD. This is called process definition document. So this PDD will be created in this step. It will be created by business analyst. PDD will contain the step-by-step information, how manually the process was done. Okay, how many people were involved, for how long this process need to run. Okay, what are the expected error it can occur, what are the unexpected error it can occur, how to handle those error. So these kind of steps will be there in PDD. Once the PDD is done, the PDD will go back to the PDD will be sent back to business for the validation that, okay, hey, you know what, this is how we find out that, okay, these are the process which you want to automate, and this is the PDD, entire definition about your process. Either it is a manual effort, either it is errors, expected errors, either it is to do flow, how the flow is going, either it is how much hour it will require, or anything, whoever the SME subject matter expert is involved in it, and who will be the developer, everything will be mentioned over there. Every crisp will be mentioned over there. Then business will give a sign off to PDD, which was created in this stage by P. Once this is done, once I got the sign off in this stage, after PDD, I will be getting SDD, solution design document, and this solution design document will be created by solution architect, because always remember, PDD involves the step which was done by manual, which was uh, you know done by the human effort, how I am doing the process. But there is a possibility that okay, by code it will be done in the different way, in a easiest way, how the entire process, because whenever you get an entire process, the process will be get divided into subdivisions. So I'll give you an example. Suppose you are getting a mail. Okay, you are getting a PDF through a mail. You need to download that PDF, get the information, put it into your Excel file, then put that information into a web portal, validate that information, write the status over there, and send it to the reporting manager. Okay, this will be divided into separate segments, like downloading the PDF. Second will be okay, getting information PDF and validating the information that okay, I got the right information. Okay, then third will be putting it into an Excel file. Fourth will be populating that information and validating information from the web portal, and the last will be sending it to reporting manager. So there are five sub chunks you got from one entire process. So that will be mentioned in the SDD. Also, the information about which chunk will be created by which developer, who is responsible for what, or how what system are involved. Like okay, you have a browser, but which browser? Either it is Chrome browser, either it Edge browser. If you are using PDF, then there will be sample of one PDF that okay, this kind of PDF I'm using. So everything will be mentioned in the STD. So this is the second stage where you need to find out that okay, this is PDD and SDD will be there. Okay, and the PDD will be created by BA, SDD will be created by SA. Then after this, there will be design. Okay, design, or you can say either it can be design. Yes, it will be design, or you can say kind of creating a blueprint of your project. Okay, so now after discovery and analysis, you in the discovery analysis you find out that okay, first stage was identification, where you will find out which process can be automated, which process can't be automated, how much it can be automated, and which system will be required, will be in the discovery and analysis phase. After this, there is a process called design. Okay, in design phase, I'm sorry for that, for design phase, this PDD and SDD will be created. Okay, after design phase, once the design phase, because you are designing the documents, okay, even the PDD and SDD also. After SDD and PDD design phase, there will be development phase. Now each developer will develop its own segment. Suppose I have 5 developer, I have 5 segment, I'll give one segment to each. If I have suppose 2 developers, I'll give one by one segment to each developer, and they will develop it. And they will do inside the development, there comes unit testing. They will do their testing from their end, that okay, one developer develop a chunk, they will develop it, they will automate it, or they will test it. That's called unit testing. Single unit you are testing, right? That's called unit testing. Once the unit testing is done, the entire development will go to SA, and what SA gonna do? SA gonna integrate those things. Okay, and this integration also happens under development stage. So first stage is identification, second is discovery and analysis, where you will analyze which system is required. In identification, you will find out which processes you can automate. Okay. In discovery analysis, you will discover that which systems are required, what kind of application is required, and also which applications are involved in analysis. In analysis, you will also analyze whether it is beneficial or not. The third is design, where you will design the PDD process design document and send it to customer, or you can say business unit, saying that, hey, I have analyzed your process, this is the PDD, please give me a sign off so that I can create a solution design. And then SA will create a solution design. Right after this, there will be development phase. In development phase, every developer will pick their segment and develop it, and then do a unit testing. Once they say, okay, my thing is done, second developer say my thing is done, third developer say okay, it's good, my thing is done, fourth developer say, fifth developer say okay, everything is good. Now it will go to integration. The solution architect will integrate all the chunks together, and once the integration is done, he will do integration testing. If the integration code validation and integration testing, if the code validation and integration testing is pass, then it will go to next stage. But if it doesn't pass, then it will again go back to the development phase, to again go back to the develop. In development phase, develop, and they will say, okay, your part is not good, please develop it again, or your part is not good, please check it and do a error handling over there, or some, if you are getting something is not developed in a proper way, develop it. Okay, that's why code validation and integration. So you will do integration testing. Once this entire thing is done, good, integration testing is also done, then it will go to the UAT, or we can say UAT, user acceptance testing. Now, in user acceptance testing, business unit, okay, BA, business analyst, solution architect, and developers will be there in a call, and they will test. The business unit will come up with their own scenarios or test data, and they say, your bot is ready, develop it, run it in this one, run it with this test data, run it with this one, and they will start running it. Once they start running it, they will test it. If business says yes, everything is good, it's going good, yeah, you know what, it's everything is fine, then there will be UAT, and UAT is done, then there will be a UAT which need to be developed by business analyst, and business analyst say, okay, fine, UAT document is done. In UAT document, what things are mentioned, that okay, how many test cases we ran, what what we ran, how many testing we did. Suppose someday business says, you know what, I want to do 3 UATs, because today I'm getting a data for Sunday, I want to run it for Monday also, and there is a different data which we are coming on Wednesday, I want to run it on Wednesday also. So there is a next 3 run will be there, and then there will be UAT document created by BA. This document will involve everything: how many test datas you ran, okay, what was the result of running, when you ran it, who were involved on it. Okay, once it is done, then we will get a UAT document sign off from the client. Okay, then there will be, after this, there will be called release document. There are a lot of document involved in it. If you are planning to become a BA in RPA, there are a lot of work. Okay, then there will be release document. In release document, what will be mentioned, that okay, this bot is going into release, when it is going into release, what are the changes or what are the things you gonna make in this release. That suppose I'm saying that okay, I have created this bot, this thing I'm putting into production. Okay, on this date I'm putting into this production, this bot will do these things. Okay, and or these information. Okay, release document. Okay, which will be impacted, which system will be impacted, which business unit is getting impacted, in the either HR domain, either it's the finance domain, either which domain is getting impacted, everything will be mentioned in the release document. Once you have the release document ready, they give you sign off, bot will go into production. Once the bot will go into production, there will be start of hypercare, or we call it maintenance mode. So this is the last one after UAT state. This is the last stage, which is called hypercare or maintenance. In hypercare or maintenance, what happens, the bot will not the bot will, what happens in maintenance mode, as you all know, that okay, bot will go into production, we will have a thing called maintenance for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, according to our agreement in the initial stage with the client, right? And we will do the maintenance. If we get any error, we will make the changes, we will handle the changes, free of cost. If it is goes after this, suppose 2 weeks we gave into maintenance mode, and after 2 weeks we are still getting the problem, or some problems are there, or some upgrades, some changes are there, then there will be CR. We called it change request from the client. We charge the client for it, and then there will be CR. So this is the entire life cycle. So let me recap it a little bit. Okay, identification first, identifying first, business come to service provider or service unit, service provider, service unit, or service unit goes to business saying that, hey, I can automate your processes, and they say, okay, fine, you can automate. These are the processes I want to automate. Okay, then in this process, first SA and BA will sit together and find out that, okay, whether we can automate these processes or not. This is the identification, finding out whether you can automate or not. Second is discovery and analysis, where you will find that, okay, now we can automate this process. But if after automating, as I said, it's not necessary to the process which can be automated. You don't have to every time. Okay, so discovery, and in discovery analysis, what will happen? You have to go through each process, analyze that thing, whether it will be beneficial to our business or not, or it will be beneficial or not, which are the applications are involved, how it gonna impact your business, who people are involved in that, and all of this. Okay, after that it comes to the design. In design phase, you will create PDD, you will create SDD. Once it is done, we got the sign off for PDD and SDD, we will go to development. We develop everything in development. First stage is develop. Second will be unit testing. Third will be integration done by solution architect. Then there will be integration testing. After integration testing, if everything is fine, solution architect says yes, we are okay to go ahead. Then there will be UAT. UAT means user acceptance testing. It will go to the in a meeting. You will sit together with the business, the BA, solution architect, and developers. They will all sit together and develop and check the bot with the test data given by business unit. They will test each and everything one by one, one by one. Okay, and there can be two, three, four. It depends on the agreement also. Okay, so once we get the UAT, the client says, okay, everything seems good, we are ready to go into production. BA will directly create a release document. In the release document, it will mention when to release, what are the changes, who are getting impacted, which teams are getting impacted. If the code is in GitHub repository, some repository, then we will have repository link. There will be something like this. Okay, once we have business analyst release document sign off, then we'll go for hypercare, and then there will be a CR. If after hypercare, if we are getting any changes, then there will be a CR. So if you guys have any doubt, please feel free to ask on this one. I'll take 30 seconds of silent over here. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Or if you don't have questions, then I'm okay with this also. Please go ahead, buddy.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, Adam,
Yes.
please go.
Yeah. So I was a bit confused. So you said the UAT document is created by the
Business
business
analyst. Yes,
analyst. Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. So and is that entirely a part of the development lifecycle, or is
Mhm.
that so so the unit testing is also a part of the development lifecycle?
Yes, but unit testing will be done inside the development phase. Unit testing, integration. See, I'll tell you the difference. I think you are getting confused with unit testing and UAT testing, right? So, unit testing is like, suppose I'll take a one. Suppose you are my developer. I'm a solution architect. You are my developer, and also Ankush is my another developer. So I gave you one process, one chunk. So I got a one process. I divided that into two sections. I said, Shadon, you do the first chunk. Second segment will be done by Ankush. So you will develop it. Okay. Now it didn't came to me till now. What you will do, you have developed that thing. Suppose you are taking data from Excel and putting into a web application and checking, well, doing the validation. So you will do the unit testing by yourself without me knowing. That's called unit testing. You are doing
Okay.
the testing of your chunk, right? And the Ankur will do the same. Ankush will do the same thing. Now you both will come to me and say, "Hey, Maninder, or I will go come to you and I say, "Hey guys, we are already on time. Uh, is your development done?" You will say, yeah. I will say, okay, is your unit testing done? Are you satisfied with whatever you have developed? You say, yeah, I have developed everything, and it is according to the our standard. So I'll say, fine, let's integrate it. Then I will integrate it, and then we three will sit together and do the testing. do the integration testing. That's called integration, means combining together, right? So I will combine your chunk, Ankush chunk, and make it one. And then I will do the integration testing. Also, I will check the validation, code validation, whether it is matching the standard or not. Variable names, or if you have some empty box or something like that, I'll say, okay, ignore this thing, or means delete this thing or something like that. Okay, and then I will do the integration testing. Once I am satisfied, we three are satisfied with whatever we have developed, we will go to BA and say, hey, business analyst, please go to business team and say we are ready for any test. And then business will come with their own data, and that's called UAT, user acceptance testing, because they're going to use it, right? That's why it's called user acceptance.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it, Shadi?
So it's the users who are utilizing
Yes.
the testing, and then
Yes,
we.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Those are
okay.
business. Those are business, actually. That's why I said in the initial, you need to understand who all are involved in this thing. So there are three people who are involved. That's called business, like Mercedes-Benz. Solution architects and BA will be from service unit, which is suppose Deloitte. Deloitte goes to Mercedes and say, you know what, I can automate your processes. So business will be Mercedes, who's giving the business. To whom? It's a
Uh,
Deloitte. And Deloitte is giving a service. So they comes under service unit, they comes under business. Okay, buddy?
okay. Understand.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone has any doubt? Mal, all good? Okay. Bhaskar Mukherjee, all good, buddy?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, great. Nirmal, all good, man?
Good. Everything is good.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great. Sudhu, all good, right? Okay, great, great, great. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, if you understood this thing, see, this life cycle, if when you are giving the interview, this life cycle is very, very important. This is one of the question they ask you, and let me give you a surety. If you know each step, if you start like this, that okay, before life cycle, let me tell you, the people who are involved in the process, people will understand that, okay, this person knows actually RPA life cycle. If you start with first is identification, then a discovery, and in between, when you are saying that, in design, when BA will create PD, they will like, okay, where this BA came, who's this BA. So first you need to tell who people are involved in the process, and then you need to start with the life cycle. Okay, so let me take you the next one, if you are okay with this one, if you understood everything. If anyone has any doubt related to whichever I have described over here, this thing is very bad, my handwriting is really bad. I could be a doctor, but now I'm engineer, so you have to cope up with me. Cool. So let me take you the next one, if you don't have any doubt. Yeah, if you have doubt, please feel free to ask. Dinesh, all good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this Veda joined a little late, I guess. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, my friend. Okay, cool. So RPA life cycle is good. Now let's go to the next one. See, this everything, whatever we have discussed, the life cycle and everything, there was one stage called discovery and analysis, where I said not every process which can be automated should be automated. Okay? This is why I said this is called benefits of RPA. If you are automating something and if you are not getting a result or a profit out of it, there is no use of it. Our end goal of automating anything is getting profit. That's a very simple thing. Okay, now benefits of RPA, let's understand this. These are the common benefits which you should get. These are the benefits you should think, whether I'm saving time, whether I'm saving the cost, whether I'm reducing errors, whether I'm improving the productivity, either I'm able to track the defects, or if I go to market and say, hey, I have ABCD language in which I have created a project. Can you do that one? And that person say, I don't know ABCD. And then you will be like, okay, now I need to migrate this project to something else technology. That happens. Okay. That's why you need to first understand what are the benefits of RPA, whether you will getting the benefits of RPA from this process or not. That's important. Okay, let me take you the first one. That's called time saving. Whenever you are automating something, the first thing is very important is whether you are saving time or not. If you are not saving time, if the human is taking less time than bot, then you should not automate it. You should never automate it. Time is the money in our IT department, right? Wherever we are automating in automation, time is the money, definitely. If you are not saving the time, you are not saving the money. Okay, so you should save the time, so whenever you have some bot, you have creating some bot, some calculation or something will update. Even if I give you, suppose I'm giving, I ask this question in every session to people. So I'm gonna ask Satish, you are ready for the question, buddy? I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, buddy. So suppose I have 13 PDFs. Oh, sorry, 70 PDFs. Okay. You are getting 70 PDFs every, and this is my real time. I used to work in Mercedes Benz. So this is my real time projects, which I'm going to ask you. So I'm getting a TDS form. Okay. I'm getting a TDS form. In TDS form, you have 8 informations. TDS form, let's text deduction forms, right? So there are my number, okay, my name, my address, my PAN number, my TAN number, my dates, my amount, okay, and there can be multiple, my email IDs, my email ID basically. So I want you to get that information and feed into Excel file, and every hour you will be getting 70 PDF. So how much time you gonna take for the 70 PDFs? Just let's take 1 hour's thing for 70 PDF to getting that information, putting into Excel file the right information. Okay, my TAN number, PAN number, a lot of informations are there, and that is 4 pages of PDF, suppose, and 70
Uh,
PDFs.
Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours. Okay, my friend. So we have created. So I have, because I was the only developer. So I have created one process. I was the first RPA developer of Mercedes Benz globally. Okay, so I have created the process which were doing this thing, the 70 PDF, which was processing, getting information, putting into Excel in 4 minutes. That is time saving. Okay, if it is giving you a time saving, you are saving time, you are doing something and it is happening in very less time which human can do, or less time which human can do, that's benefits, that's comes under the benefit of RP. Okay, so we need to, because human is like, okay, we will go to that PDF, even we are looking that PDF at 70th time, we will again go to that one and search for TAN number, and they, oh, find the TAN number, we'll copy that TAN number, paste it into Excel. This is the process, right? But how bot will be developed? It will directly go there. There's a code which says that, okay, at this regular expression you find, get it. At this regular validate it. It is 14 digit. Get this one. 16 digit Aadhaar number. Get it, like this information. Right? 10 digit. You have validated it. Phone number looks like phone number. Get it. So that's a time saving. Second is cost saving. Okay, how the cost saving works is, suppose you have a bot, you have created a code, now you just need a bot to run it. Okay, and the person is doing the same task, but the person will take a lot of time. Same task the person will take 4 hours, the bot is doing in 4 minutes, right? If you see this one, if you have a bot which is running 24 into 7, imagine how much that bot can be productive rather than a human, because human, it comes 8 hour working, go home, same amount, even less amount. If the average package is 10 lakh 15 lakh rupees, right? 10 lakh 15 lakh rupees in India for RPA. Okay, and the same bot is coming in kind of 3,000 4,000 euros. Suppose it's 1 lakh, suppose you are saying 1 lakh, but yearly 1 lakh you are paying for a bot which can do your 24 tasks. Sorry, not 24, not, but 10 tasks, right? But a human is coming and that person is doing 2 tasks, 4 hour one, 4 hour two, right? And that's, you are paying it almost the same amount, maybe almost the same amount, suppose, or maybe great more amount than a bot, right? But it's not that much productive than a bot. That's why we have a cost saving over here. If you are automating with the help of a bot, less money, more work, right? That's cost saving. Reduce error. A human can do errors. If I give you the same task will take 70 PDF. I say copy paste into Excel file. Sometime it's possible that okay, in phone number we have 10 digits. Maybe you miss one digit, and you pasted it into Excel file. There are 9 digits. Then you need a person to validate it. Maybe there is a possibility that in some where you need to paste it, you are pasting it to wrong cell. There's a possibility of that also. There's a possibility of you are copying wrong information. There's a definitely a possibility over there. So suppose you have to copy 17,000 and you missed a zero, it becomes 1,700, and that can make a huge impact in financial companies. Suppose you miss a dot, it can create a huge impact in the finance. 17.0 and 170 is huge amount, right? So easy to upgrade code according to process change. I'll give you a best example of it. Suppose before before GST rules in India, GST rules, or new taxation rules in India, there was old taxation rules. There were a lot of accounting people who knows taxation and all, and they were like, okay, we know taxation and this is how you do the taxation and blah 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 blah. Now the new taxation rules comes. Now they have to read everything. They have to learn new taxation rule from the scratch, everything, and it will take 6 months, 1 month, 1 year to get proficient in that one. But for bot, you change the rule, the bot will work in a different direction from tomorrow. You change now, government come with a new rule. You change the rule, it will from the next day it will be working in a different direction. So this is easy to upgrade code according to process change. You want to change the process, you say, okay, from now onward, we will not do this thing. So you will be doing a different task over there. From now onward, I'm not gonna create a Mercedes Benz. I'm gonna create Volkswagen. So you will be creating the Volkswagen. The bot will be creating the Volkswagen. But if you have to create it, you need to learn from scratch how the Volkswagen car will be created. So this is how it works actually, right? Improves productivity definitely. If you have time saving, if you're cost saving, if you reduce the error, definitely your productivity will increase, right? Tracking the defect is easy over here because you know where the error is coming. As I said in my previous case, when you create PDD, you also define over there what are the errors it can occur and what are the solution for those errors. So tracking the defects means, okay, if you are getting an error, where you got the error, at which stage you got there, either it is error with the input data, either it is an error with some application is not working, what kind of error you have. After coming back, you can check that one and fix that thing. So tracking the defect, you will have logs, you will have screenshots, you will have a lot of things over there which will be saved in your designated location, or either you can save it in orchestrator. We have some infra over there, okay? So you can look at over there. Okay, need less training to master. Definitely it's need less training. RPA need less training to master, because if you know, anybody knows any language, either Python, either Java, either anything. Veda, you know any programming language?
Like a glimpse of Java.
Java, right? If I ask you that, okay, if I want to learn Java and I want to master in Java, how much time I need to master in Java?
Thank you. Hello. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Like with good
Uh-huh.
more than 1 year.
More than 1 year, right? But
Yeah.
I can guarantee you over there, if every day you are learning RPA, suppose you are giving your 3 hours to RPA, in 3 months or max to max 4 months, you will be mastering RPA. That's how it works. I saw a lot of people coming into training and they are like, okay, after 10 sessions or 15 sessions, they are like, yeah, I have this work, I have that work and all. I tell each and every of my students, I say, give me 3 months or 4 months, not me, the RPA. Give RPA 3 months or 4 months, and you will be proficient. Because this is the work of logic. This is the work of creativity. It's not a work of learning things, because you already have over there. You need to drag and drop. If you don't know the activity, it doesn't matter. You will just write it over there. You say Excel, and there will be entire list will be open over there. You'll just scroll down and you find, oh, I got the Excel activity, and you'll drag it over there. So it's a work of creativity. So you need 3 to 4 months. to learn a RPA tool. So it's easy to master. Similarly, I said, if you are creating a project in Java and suppose in the next day, I'm not getting candidate in market for Java, that will be very bad for me, right? So I need someone whom I can pick and say, you know RPA, and the person say, I don't know RPA. I said, you know UiPath. This person say, I don't know UiPath. I said, sit, watch these videos. 3 months you will learn RPA, and the person after 3 months, I have a resource ready with RPA. So less time for the mastering this uh, tool. Okay, so these are the benefits of RPA. If anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask. If you don't have any doubt, I can go to the next one. Satish, all good, buddy?
Yeah, great.
Great, cool. Okay, Sital, all good?
Yes.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Oh my God. I heard Seetal and I, there was a male voice, and I was
Yes,
like,
all
oh,
good.
it's very heavy voice. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So we have real-time examples, real world examples. We have website scrapping. These are the real-time examples. You can read a little bit. I think we saw real world example over here a lot. Customer service, accounting, financial, healthcare. Okay, and the same things are over here. Customer ordering process and these kind of things. Okay, call center operation, like how now call centers are there in India and across over. Customer order processing, earlier you saw Jeff Bezos sitting behind a table, and they are like, okay, putting, picking calls on picking orders on call, and they're like, okay, who is ordering, and what's your address, and then noting down, right? But now you have a website. When you enter your information, what happens? Your information goes to bots place the information in the server, okay, and also sends to the to the vendor and say that, okay, can you provide this thing in three, how many days it will take you to, or how, when it can be, and do the all the calculations, show it in website that, okay, your order will be placed and it will be delivered by this time. Or also do the calculation, whenever you do the pin code, you enter the pin code and you will get the, okay, 15 days you can get the order, like this. Okay, so these are real time word examples. You can see that, okay, customer order processing, call center, payroll system. Now payroll systems in companies are done by bots. All the calculation will be done by bots, like, okay, payslip generation also, when you are when the all the calculation is done, it is generating the payslip and also putting it in the respective portal, so that your payslip will be uploaded to your portal. My payslip will be uploaded to my portal. When I log in, suppose we all are working in the same company, so when I log in, I will see my payslip, not your payslip. Okay, so this is how it is getting uploaded. Also, it is getting created. All the calculation is done by the bot when the person is on the paid leave, when the person is on unpaid leave. Like this kind of things also will be there, right? So client profile update. Suppose so. This is a really good example when I got client profile update, or you can say vendor management. So when I was working in ZF, ZF is a company who used to create steerings and gear system and all of these things. So so they have different vendors for each thing, like chassis. And no, a big brand doesn't create its own things like steering wheels and all the, no. They have vendors. They take the material from vendor, they put a stamp of their or the brand name of their company, and then they sell it. This is how boat is doing in India, right? And a lot of people are doing these things abroad also. Okay, the same thing they are doing abroad, right? So how this is how it works. So we have, if suppose you have a different vendors, and every day vendors are coming to you, and they're saying, can you change my email ID, can you change my phone, can you change my bank detail, can you change my order date, can you change my this thing, can you give me a last orders invoice, can you give me this thing, and a lot of things are there, right? Client profile update, or you can say patient registration or vendor registration, can you register me to your vendor system. So ZF used to have a website where all the vendors can request, they can't change it, they request it over there. And bot used to go over there, pick the request, and used to change it in ZF portal. This is how it used to work. Okay, that's how vendor management. So there was request related to phone number, there was related to secondary email ID, there was related to contact person email ID, there was request related to invoices. So all of the things, can you send me the invoice at, and they used to send email ID that okay, this email ID we need to get it, or the email ID will be the primary email ID, it will be sent to the primary email ID. Like this information was there, and bot used to do these kind of things. Okay, that's called vendor management. Or you can say client profile update. This is how it works. Okay, patient registration, as I said in the initial phase when we were discussing about healthcare, we saw Practo's example, right? Patient registration and this one. Okay, now let's onboarding process. We saw the HR thing also in our application one, right? So let's talk about criteria while selecting RPA tool. So whenever you are selecting an RPA tool, you need to mention these 10 things. This is how I go. Basically, I'm a solution architect. So this is, I choose my tool. Okay. So the first thing when I'm choosing a tool, it should be easy to implement. Any tool. You go to any tool. If the tool says, if as a developer, I'm going over there and creating an automation bot in that tool is not easy, you know, you suppose I'm giving a tool where you have to write every code, or where you have to every time you have to import a package and then you can use that activity, or then you can use that code. It's a little bit tough. Now suppose I'm giving you another tool where you need to just drag and drop, everything is there, you just have to drag and drop, it will be easy to implement, right? So first criteria of choosing a RPA tool is it should be easy to implement. Whenever you are implementing it, it should be very smooth. The bot creation in that tool should be very smooth. This is why you are using Chrome over Edge or Explorer or Mozilla, Firefox, Mozilla, right? Because Chrome is so easy to use, easy to implement, basically. No, sorry, easy to implement is another thing, right? So easy to implement means whenever you are doing something over there, it's very easy to implement. After that, we have easy to use. That means, like as I said, Chrome. You are using Chrome because easy to use. So if you have created a RPA bot, like implementation was easy, you gave it to business and business says, I'm not able to use it properly, I'm not able to schedule it, I don't know where to store my credentials, I don't know where to store my data, I don't know how to do it, it's so messed up, right? So it should not be easy to it should not be difficult to use, it should be very easy to use. Like I went over here, I clicked on this play button, it ran. I went over here, I clicked on this one, you know before viewing now. Okay, so I went over there. It is easy to use. So easy. It should be very easy to use. Okay, click, 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 and you're working it. You're working on it. Okay, speed should be good. It should not, as I said, if your bot is running and if your bot is taking more time than a human, that's not useful. The speed should be good. Okay, technical features. If suppose I'm giving you, so you have a testing tool called Selenium, it only work, as I know, it only work till my information, it only work with web browsers, right? Or if I give you something and you say, okay, you know what, it works, or it has the features like limited features, it's only test website. Or if I give you RPA tool, I say, you know what, you can just automate Excel and mail. Apart from that, you can't automate a UI. Apart from that, you can't automate a PDF. Apart from that, you can't automate Salesforce or these blah 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 desktop application or these kind of things. You can't automate it. You can't automate remote desktop. So you will be like, okay, there is no use of this tool. So technical features should be good. You should have a very broad technical features. Like you can automate this, you can automate that, you can automate this, and multiple features. Like ownership cost, it should not be costly. It should not that much cheaper, but normal cost, not too high, too costly, like you have to sell a Bitcoin for it and then you are owning that tool, right? It should not. Ownership cost be normal. Scalability, it should work good, and it's easy to scalable, it should be very easy to scalable, right? Architecture, it should have a defined architecture, not everything in one, and not too broad architecture that okay, you started from one end and you don't know where is the another end, right? Architecture should be in a proper way, right? Everything should be connected in a proper way. It should not be like okay, you are connecting everything together and then you are saying that, oh, now my ecosystem is ready. No, you install it, your ecosystem is ready. It should be like this. Okay, exception handling. So exception handling is one of the key features of a successful RPA tool. Okay, exception handling should be there. Like when you get an error, you should have a proper exception handling, or also you should know that where that error comes. Okay, so these kind of everything should be included in the exception handling. Exception means error handling. It's kind of error. Okay, we will know more about it in our further sessions when we will be automating our processes, and we'll do the exception handle over there. Okay, then we should have a vendor support. Vendor support means once you got the tool, it should not be like, okay, you got the tool and now nobody is there to help you out. Like, that, okay, if you are getting an error with your bot, or if you are getting some problem in your process of, or if you need if you need help in your project, there should be some people who will be able to help you, that, okay, yeah, that, hey, I'm ready to help you on this one, or I'm ready to help you on that one. Yeah, there should be people who are ready to help you. Okay, either it is technical, either it is logical, either it is into your tool related, either it is your process related, either it is some problem kind of thing with your related to your RPA. Okay, so vendor support should be there. Okay, and the last one is called governance. Governance is one of the important feature of any any tool, any application. Who is governing? Because whoever is governing, they have your data. And even if they don't have your data, so you should know that if that person has my data or not. And if that person has my data, why he is keeping my data? And that's called governance. Who is governing that tool? Like TikTok is getting governed by China. That's why it got banned in India, right? If this is governed, it's uh, does a very important role. Who is governing what? Governance is very important. Who's governing your tool? Who has all the liberty related to your tool? Whose code you are using, so that you know that, okay, it is not coming from any spyware or somewhere, right? So governance is very important. So these are the criteria. Whenever I will be choosing any RPA tool, these are the 10 criterias which you need to keep in mind. And this is one of the questions while interview questions, when they say that, okay, what are the criteria of selecting RPA tool? When you will be selecting RPA tool, what are these criteria? So they can ask you these questions. This is one of the question. This is one of the question. Benefits of RP. What are the benefit? And they will ask you in a twisted format this question. They will say that, okay, if I'm giving you 10 process, how you will tell me that, okay, which process you're gonna automate it? So you will be like, okay, how I'm gonna tell you? You will tell me how to automate. No, no, no. As a solution architect, you have to tell the business that, okay, we should automate this process. What you say? This is how you have to say. So the interviewer can ask you that, okay, see, I have a process. I'm giving you 10 process. Which process you will automate first? This is very straightforward. And you will be like, okay, you are giving me 10 process. Which process I will automate first? You have to tell me which. And some people say that, okay, which process is important to you? You tell me, I will automate it. No, this is not how it works. You have to figure it out and then go to business, say that, okay, this is my analysis. Tell me which. Now this is my analysis. This says that, okay, according to my analysis, this process we should target first. What do you say? And then the business will give the feedback. Okay, and the criteria while choosing RPA tool, these are the 10 criteria to RPA tool, choosing RPA tool. Okay, so anyone has any doubt, please go ahead and ask your question. If you don't have doubt, we can go to the last session. With all good? Okay. Nirmal, all good, buddy?
All good.
Okay, man. Cool. So we are in the last session. The last session is future of RPA. Definitely. We have future of RPA, right? The globally market is a growing rate of 30 from 22 to. Okay. So now future of RPA, I will just say that that this is still 22. In 24, we know a lot about RPA, right? Now, I'll say in future of RPA is like, okay, RPA is the future. I'm saying that RPA is a future, because see, in companies after Corona, we don't need people, or we need processes whom we don't have to rely on people. Definitely, companies are targeting for firing people and automating it. You have seen a lot of people getting fired from the companies, and when they ask that, they're like, no, the process is still there, people are not there, because that getting automated in somehow it is getting automated. Okay, people are getting involved in creative thing rather than doing the same task which they were doing for last 20 years. They're coming to office doing the same task. Now company doesn't need it, because corona, this period had taught us a lot lesson that the world needs creative people rather than the people who are just doing the same task. And either you agree or disagree, this is how it is working. So you need to get involved with the things where creativity is in, where you need creativity. Okay, so this is how RPA market is going on. Market is increasing. RPA definitely, RPA market is definitely increasing. And now with RPA you have IPA, where you have intelligence bot process automation, right, which we will see in our sessions also, right? So with this we have now, earlier the bots was who were like, okay, we are the bot, we have the bot which were doing the same task, right? Now the bot, we have the bot which can think. And this is kind of a little bit scary, but we have bots which can think and create and take a decision, right? So we have to be very proactive about learning, we have to be very proactive about creativity rather than just doing the same task. Okay, now at the end I will say that thank you, and if you have any doubt, please go ahead. This is the end of module 1 and lecture 2. We will be starting with module 2 for the next session, in which we will see the installation of UiPath. What are the features of UiPath? We have, kind of different like orchestrator, and we'll go through each, and we'll create, as the conventional thing, we'll create a hello bot in UiPath. So we will be starting with the UiPath, doing things in UiPath, definitely looking into actions. The PDD arrays come, sorry, PDF, we call it PTT. No, it's PPT. Yeah, it's PPT arrays finished. You will be getting PPT only for learning purpose. In the background, you will be, after classes, you will be getting as a study material the PPTs and the assignment, assessment. But we will be doing the actions more on UiPath tool, and for understanding this kind of thing on whiteboard from the next session. Okay, so please, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. If you don't have questions, then thank you for joining this session. And Ankush, do you have any things to announce? Okay, let me first, if anyone has any question, please go ahead. Adil, all good, buddy? You were the first one who joined the session. Yeah,
Yeah, sir. All good. All good.
all good. It was good, or do you have any feedback right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. I mean,
Okay, great. Thank you. Satish, any question, buddy?
Yeah, nothing, sir. Nothing.
Okay, great. Sadan, any question, buddy?
No, I'm good. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Okay, now Ankush, over to you. Thank you for joining, everyone. I'll stop the recording.
Okay, guys, firstly,